Yes, now, William, Battle of the Bands. Now, I've done it a few times in my history here over the last 5 to 6 years. I have to confess. Um, the last time I done it, I think it was last year sometime. Battle of the Bands I was doing. Oh, I did such a lot. Beatles and all sorts. And you know who won it? It was Bing Crosby for his White Christmas. Oh, that blew it. I wanted to do bands, so this year I set out just to do bands, but of course there's many. Now I can only start my musical journey. Last time I did right from 1900. I even had Edison in. I could have met again, but I'm only trying to concentrate on bands. Mostly rock and roll, rock bands. In the 60s they called it pop and also Mersey Beach sound, UK sound, yeah. Bubblegum and anything like that also, yeah. As long as it's a band. now, now if sometimes it's not a band, it's a singer, he's got a band backing him, as many have. If I think he's rocky enough and he has good hits, I might put him in. Yeah. Such as Elvis. He coming into the studio to Elvis. Now you had a band, didn't you? Jordan Nash, yeah. Yeah. But when you went to the club the first time, the man said to you, "We don't need a little guitar man around here." No, no. I'll be aware. Yes, with a gear goggling. And now we go to our boards. We're not. Well, we may put them up on the board fire, but it's mostly just to run through the boards. It's the top 50 of the 1950s. Yeah, and this is what I got. The top songs. But then if you put them in the top artists, well, you go the other way, and the top artist in the 1950s was Elvis. And the top song in the 1950s was Bill Haley and his Comets, 1955, Rock Around the Clock, followed by Bobby Darin, and then Elvis Jailhouse Rock. Doris Day, but that's no band there. Um, and I know they're having to look down. So I thought, well, we'll just do the top 50 artists and we'll see what I think is any kind of popular music, good popular music of the 1950s, bordering with the rock and roll, pop also. Now, the top 50 artists, the first Elvis, second Frank Sinatra, we don't count them, the Crooners, Nat King Cole, Perry Como, Miles Davis, no. Eddie Fisher, Frankie Lane, Doris Day, and Patty Page, 9, and Johnny Mathis, 10. Only one I would put on my list from there is Elvis. Number 11 is Bill Haley and his Comets. That's good, yeah. I liked a bit of Fats Domino. He's at 13. Pat Boone at 12. I can stand him, but I don't think he's really a great band. Harry Belafonte, the Platters, Yeah, they're a singing group more than a band, really, and the Four Aces also. Like Little Richard, he's there. Light Guy Mitchell, yeah. Um, Never saw his band, though. Buddy Holly, yes. Like the Everly Brothers, well, brothers, but classed as a band, you know. Chuck Berry, even though mostly on his own, but he had a band, yeah. And after that, I can't really see many bands, such as got Teresa Brewer, Paul Anka, K-Star, Tennessee Honeyford, Mitch Miller, Bing Crosby, Bobby Darin, Metro Barney, Ricky Nelson, Theodorus Monk, and others are not banned either after that. You have Les Baxter and his orchestra, Billy Vaughan now, and to concentrate on actual songs where you'll get Bill Haley at the top. On the 1950s, you'll get Mac the Knife in second, Bobby Darin, and third, Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock. But then you'll get Doris Day coming in with Que Sera, Sera. Nat King Cole with his Mona Lisa. Kingston Trio, which I didn't really class as a band, but there was the three of them. Tom Dooley. Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel is there. Doris Day Had a Secret Love. Yeah. Well, even a nice group farther down on the Chaudettes from Mr. Sandman, but really it's a singing group as opposed to a band. And you're not going to find too many in the 1950s, but there you are. So, what I worked on next is I'm going to put a list up. Well, I've got a list already. Well, I just want to go through that, and we'll have a look for that list if we just don't mind. Just wait a minute, and these is ones I put up from the 50s. I'm just dealing with the 50s in the moment. Going to move on to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, 10s, and 20s. I'm going to try and find the top 10 in each one. Yeah, but I'm going to look down now. I'm going to look down my little list there. I'm going to look down there for the 1950s, the one I made. And I've got thousands of playlists, you know. I could take it right away through to the 20s. Going to take a while or I'm going to take time. I'll not do it all tonight, you know. You know, but I wanted to take it to the 50s first. Having a little trouble finding it because I got so much, you know. I'm sorry, I've overboobed, you know. I can't actually see it at the moment. I did have it up, but not today. Sure, maybe I should have put it up earlier for you. But maybe that might have been best. And I've got 90s best and 2020s. But I'm not at them yet, you see. I'm stuck at the 50s at the moment. But there I am. I'm there now. And even to do some of the artists from these decades in the thousands, so I really couldn't couldn't possibly do that, you know. Even though I did millions last time, but of course we didn't do the ones that was not important. And I travelled from 1900, but that was done. And now look for the try something else. Yeah, yeah. Because I already made my 50s best, and I moved on to 60s and that. I've got the best here. As Bill Haley and his comments, Rock Around the Clock, 1956 remastered. Yeah, and take 8.8 million for that. Got to see you later, alligator, with Bill Haley in the comments. Very good. Not as good as other one, Rock Around the Clock. And Shake, Rattle and Roll. I think to me this was best, Bill Haley in the comments. I moved on then to Bobby Darin because I liked just a Macklin Ive. And I don't think it's his best, but it's just what fits in here. Elvis, Jailhouse Rock, Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley with Hound Dog, all shook up Elvis, and now and then that's a fool such as me, yeah. Love Me Tender, some of the best Elvis that I like, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Don't Be Cruel. I've got this show that should be not actually a band, again, a singing group, and a Kingston Trio, it's a Fats Domino, Blueberry Hill, and then Daddy Shame and Blue Monday. Buddy Holly, that'll be the day. Peggy Sue. What happened to her? She got married. Buddy Holly rave on every day. Great balls of fire. That's Jerry Lee Lewis. And then whole lot of shaking going on. Same with Jerry Lee. Paul Anka, Diana, and Lonely Boy. I would say was best. Frankie Avalon Gingerbread. Killing Twins When. All I have to do is dream Everly Brothers. Bye bye, love. Walk right back. Bird Dog, I think these were the best. Wake Up Little Susie. Although they had one or two in the 60s. Lloyd Price, I would give him personality, but I liked Staggerly much better. And Staggerly is a Guy Mitchell I liked. His better ones. She wears red fellas. Yeah. Singing the Blues, and Heartaches by the Number. Chuck Berry, I like Memphis, Tennessee, Sweet Little 16, and there's bound to be a few more, which I haven't got up. Paddy Page, and Much as that dog in the window, Connie Francis, who's sorry now, Stupid Cupid, and Lipstick on Your Collar. Carl Perkins, Blue Suede Shoes, and then Gene Vincent, and then on to Little Richard. Gene Benson, the Blue Cosby, Babalula. Gene Benson, Blue Jean Bob. Little Richard could call him Miss Molly, Long Tall Sally, Light the Lot of Haze, Tutti Frutti, Lucille, Babyface, and Cliff Richard. Living Doll, Move It, only doing his 50s ones. High Class Baby, Dynamite, Neil Sedaka, O'Carroll, Rosemary Clooney in This Old House. A lot of people like that one. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, Why the Fools Fall in Love, Little Darling by the Diamonds. Danny and the Juniors at the Hop. Yeah. Larry Williams, I liked Bonnie Maroney and Short Fat Fanny, yeah. Marvin Rainwater, yeah, a whole lot of loving. And Lonnie Donegan, Johnny Rock, Made Audio, Cumberland Gap, Putting on the style. Gambling man, does the chewing gum little flavour on the bed first of a night? The Battle of New Orleans. And then Freddie Cannon, Tallahassee Lassie, died last weekend, about over a week ago now. Young Love Tab Hunter, not last weekend, the one before that. Tommy Steele up with the caveman singing the blues, Little White Bull. Poison Ivy by the Coasters, Searching, and Love Potion number 9. And Yakety Yak, and Charlie Brown. Contours, Do You Love Me? Frankie Vaughan, The Green Door, Garden of Eden, Teenage in Love, Ricky Nelson. Teenage in Love was Dion and the Belmonts, and Ricky Nelson, Poor Little Fool. It's late. Yeah. Song I used to sing in the 50s, but I don't know why I sang it then. Because a girl used to sing it. Stevie Marsh, If You Were the Only Boy in the World, yeah. Bo Diddley and Bo Diddley. Eddie Cochran, Come On Everybody. And the Big Bubba, Chantilly Lace. Something else from Eddie Cochran and 20 Flight Rock and Summertime Blues. Down on the Belmonts, I wonder why. Screaming Jill Hawkins, I put a spell on you. Oh boy, Buddy Holly. La Bamba. Ricky Valens. Donna. Richie Valens. And Come On, Let's Go, Richie Valens. Lollipop. Coast. Not Coast, that's Chordads. What really got to do is basically still find out the best ones. But there you are. I've done a few for you in the 50s. Oh, well, I haven't finished it yet. I might give you a few more, yeah. The 50s are not so bad to do. When it comes to the 60s, you get over 1,000 and you cannot cope with it, yeah. So there you go. So back in the studio, I'll be putting a list up of what I think is the best of the 50s. And I'll move on and do the 60s, yeah. And, yeah, we'll take it right to the 2020s. I don't have a lot of as much faith in music today as possibly I did back then. But that was for being young. All the 2010s, I've got actually some records by some bands in the 2010s. I mean, the bands packed in then, you know. All the top bands packed in for 2010. You know. U2, Stereophonics, REM, R.E.M., Oasis even. A lot. Coldplay's gone, yeah, but they're still around, you know, but there you go. Aye. So just to give you a little bit of flavour out of the 50s tonight, and I'll be making my little 50s list, you know. And what I consider, I think we should aim at I'll see if I can find 15 or 16 for you, you know. But I would want them to be in bands, you know. Plenty bands in the 60s, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. It's been great. It's just been doing a little bit there. Just, you know, with you. Yeah, and going through the 50s. I'll eventually go through them all in 20s as well, yeah. Yeah. And so that's just a little show for you tonight, just to let you know how we're going with Battle of the Bands. We're still compiling, you know, as we always are. But we'll get it right. before we get it wrong. Then we have the challenge, to come. Right? Thank you very much, everybody, then. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.